Okay, guys, it's Angelo Christian Financial. Thank you so much for checking out. We're actually going live today. We used to do our real estate Q&A a lot more. So today I actually wanted to say, welcome everybody. July 6th, 2020. It's about 1 p.m. Today we're just want to do a question answer session with anybody that has any questions in regards to real estate, making deals, making money with real estate, whether you're a top producer, loan officer, realtor, want to learn about more about, you have questions about, has questions. Hey guys, it's Angelo Christian Financial. Thank you so much for checking out Real Estate Insider. Today we're actually going live on the show. You can ask me any and all your questions, so please chime in any questions that you have as far as with the real estate, making money, investments, maybe specific loan program. You have a question about a USDA or FHA or commercial, a hard money loan. You want to learn more about the business. I have some questions that have come up recently that I wanted to start talking about. So one of the, we'll go into some of the, but this is more about getting to know me more, asking more questions, answering things. So I have some topics that I want to talk about today that people had reached out to me about, and so we're going to be discussing those things. So if you have any questions, put them in the live chat box in YouTube. Anything that you want to ask me, feel free to ask me. If you have any questions, some stuff coming in, and we'll respond to it. Also do board. Anybody wants to learn more, but if anything revolving around real estate, making money with lending, investing, hard money loans, any questions that you have, feel free to put a message here, live chat. There's some I want to talk about today, but we're going to be doing this, every month, and it's just a chance to ask your questions live. Maybe you want to know more about a particular loan, FHA, USDA, VA. So here's a question that looks like it's popping up here from Doug DeWitt. What does it take to become a loan officer? Doug, that's actually a question. So we built, so the first thing I want to tell you, I started in the real estate industry in 2005. I worked for, and we didn't really have training how we have today. Everything's digitalized. You can online, you can diploma, your at that time, everything in the office, kind of learn it and go. Mistakes, and I didn't have a teacher, have a guide, and teach me the business. Fortunately, I learned that early on that I made a ton of mistakes. The first loan I actually closed, I actually had to pay to close. I had to pay $1,300 to get it closed because I screwed up on it because I didn't have a manager. I didn't have a mentor to show me the business. So I saw that early on as a huge problem with industry, with mortgage. Didn't have anybody so that could teach business. So one of the things that I did, I built Real Estate University platform to actually train and teach how to become successful, because you go get your license, right? You can get your license to become a loan officer, but they're not teaching how to make money. So he said, Diego said the screen is bad. So we'll work on that, Diego. We'll work on getting that fixed. But basically, I'm going to keep talking, and we'll work on getting the background fixed. But the biggest thing that I'll tell you with becoming a top producer with loan officers, because failure rate of a loan officer is like 90%. Average income of a loan officer, $1,000 a year, and the top 1% loan officers over $1 million a year. So I always try to figure out what's that difference. Why is it that some really, really well, they make a lot of money, some people fail and they actually don't make any money? And that has to do, obviously, the training, the specialized knowledge, and then monetizing, having the right products, and how to close deals, and how to generate leads. Okay. I think they're working on fixing the audio while I keep talking. So basically, we built Real Estate University. It's over 1,000 hours of content. It's an online platform where you can actually learn how to become a top producer, learn how to close deals, how to sell, how to get leads.
The product offering is critical. Whether you're dealing with someone that's hard money, it's a private loan, it's a no-doc loan, you got to know where to take that client. If it's a professional investor and they want to do a Fannie Mae loan, or it's a first-time buyer doing a down payment assistance loan, you want to know how to close that deal. So understanding the products, being a student, understanding the guidelines, becoming a master in your industry, like Malcolm Gladwell talks about, spending 10,000 hours studying and mastering the business to figure out, okay, all the different loan programs. So Diego, the audio should be good now. You should be able to hear okay. So check out Real Estate University. It's an online platform. Typically we charge $195 a month. We have a special for only $49 a month. And so you can check that out. There's a link below to get signed up to Real Estate University, and we'll actually welcome you and onboard you. And maybe you may come and work with me at my company, or you may get your diploma and go work for another company. You may be able to go work for, Wells Fargo or Chase or Goldman Sachs or Remax or Bank of America. So, that's the biggest thing that I'll tell you, is that you have to get the specialized knowledge, right? You figure out, okay, the loan products. You have to learn all the investors, all the loan programs, how to curate leads, right, and how to monetize and close those loans, right? And it's a whole business, it's a whole process of fulfillment. So that's a great question, Doug. So Jamar Williams, hey, the guy that answered the phone was rude. I'm not sure what that's about, because we're talking about this is a question and answer session, Jamar. So if you have any questions, please reach out to us if you have anything that you want to discuss. So the other thing I want to go into is that I've gotten a lot of questions, people asking me about what exactly the role of a realtor is. So if you guys don't know, if you're out there and you're looking to purchase a home, you want to know exactly what a realtor is. So a realtor is somebody that actually helps you and protects you in your home buying process. They represent you, they negotiate the contract, they make an offer, they write the contract for you, and they'll take you to show you homes. They're licensed, by the state that they're in, and they're protected by a broker. So typically, if you work with a realtor, they work under a broker, let's just say at Remax, and they're there to protect you as the home buyer, educate you on the home buying process, show you who to use for the inspector, to make an appropriate offer on a home. And we're going to actually do a session on that, so then that way we can actually explain to you exactly what it takes to be a realtor and why you want a realtor representing you and helping you in your home buying process. Because a realtor is somebody that is looking out for your best interest, and they're there to make sure that you don't get ripped off. A lot of times if you go under contract and you purchase a home and you go directly to the seller's agent doesn't represent you, they represent the seller, okay? And so if they put in the contract that you put up earnest money and it's non-refundable, and if your loan doesn't close or your deal falls through, the seller can keep your earnest money. See, there's two sides, there's two agents in a transaction. There's a seller's agent and there's the buyer's agent, okay? And so the seller's agent represents the seller and the buyer's agent represents the buyer. So you have to have your own realtor representing you, whether it's a commercial transaction or it's a residential transaction. So basically the biggest thing that you want to make sure about is that if you're going to go buy a home, especially if you're a first-time buyer, that you have somebody that's a realtor that represents you. Fortunately, in our company, we also, not only are we the lender, we also do the realty as well. So we can help you as a realtor to make sure that your interest is protected, that you don't overpay for the house. Did you check that foundation? Did you check the plumbing? Did you hire the right inspector? All of these things that matter whenever you're buying a home. So that's the importance of a realtor. And I actually have a podcast and we're talking about that today, and you can check that out because I want you to check that out. It's very important that you get the right realtor representing you. So what is Jamar Williams? Yes, you can contact us directly. Jamar, you can reach out to us at 832-431-6331. Any questions, give us a call there, Jamar. Doug DeWitt says, what can I expect if graduating? So what is this? Doug DeWitt, what can I expect if graduating? So Doug, whenever you go through Real Estate University, there's different modules that are set up, and each module you're going to take a test, and if you pass that test, you're going to get a certificate. At the end of the whole course, you take a test. It's a master test, and then you can get your diploma. Okay, that means that you have proficient knowledge on mortgages, and then you can go further. And if you want to get your license, and let's say you're in the state of Texas, you can get your mortgage license, and then you can apply and study for your mortgage license. At that point, you'd be eligible to go work for a mortgage company, right? So it doesn't have to be my company, but you could go work for there's several mortgage companies, you know, that are out there that you could go to, but they're definitely going to give you more credibility, because now that you've gotten your diploma, you have your license, you can actually talk about loans, and you know about loans, you can explain things, you know how to underwrite a loan, how to pre-qualify, how to lock in a deal. So that's what you can expect, right? But just like anything else in life, whether you get a degree at Real Estate University or you go to get your engineering degree, you have to put in the work. You're going to have to study. You're going to have to read. It's not going to just fall in your lap. So I don't want you to think that you're just going to go and make money. It doesn't work like that. It's just, this is an industry where there is uncapped income, and you can have high monetization, but you have to put in the work. I've been doing this for almost 2 decades. You know, so it's just like any other, whether you're a basketball player or you're a photographer, you're an artist. I mean, you have to grind it out and put in the work. You know, so I don't want to mislead you in any way to think that that this is something that's easy going to fall in your lap. So, you know, for example, what I will tell you, and I think I could probably use this whiteboard, just if you look at what a let's see, loan officers, a typical how it works to become a loan officer. Let's say that you close, I think I can get that up on the board. Let's say you close, you know, $1 million in loans per month. Okay, let's say your average loan size is $200,000. So that's 5 loans. All right. You're going to get paid as a loan officer, as an LO, usually 1% commission on your loans. Okay. So if you're closing $1 million, you would get $10,000 in commission. And this is very doable, very easy to achieve this. Okay, it's very easy to close $1 million in loans. It's just closing, and you might have a bigger loan size. Maybe like in Dallas or Austin, it probably wouldn't be 5 loans. It'd probably be 2 or 3 loans, and you could get to $1 million. Right? So it's very. Can you get 2 customers a month to close them? Right? If we have the processing, we have the underwriting, we have the fulfillment. All you have to do is go get the customer. You know, tie them down. Get them committed to purchasing a house or refinance. Would you be able to do that? You should be able to do that. It's easy to make, you know, $10,000 a month, and that's very easy to do. And a lot of people never even make $100,000 a year in their lifetime. And you can just get 2 or 3 customers a month, and you can do that. Imagine if you got, you know, 10 customers a month. If you had 10 customers a month, and the average loan was, you know, $300,000, that would be $3 million in production, and then you'd make $30,000 per month. Okay, so the number can get bigger and bigger and bigger, as you can see. That's the power of being in real estate, because you know you're dealing with large transactions that you can make a lot of money. So what is this? David Lemon. Hi, Angelo. What are the skills to make a loan officer? That's a great question. So let's see here. Okay, Damon, I'm gonna get to your question here in a second. I see that. David Lemon, what are the skills that to make a top tier $1 million person? That's a great question. So basically, I'm going to tell you this: you don't have to have experience in this industry to become a top producer or to be successful. Okay, we take people that have no industry experience and we teach them how to become a top producer. What I'm going to tell you is psychological traits. Right? Do you have a lot of energy? Right? Are you highly energetic? Do you have a good attitude? Do you listen? Right? You have to be fairly intelligent. Like, do you like math? Because if you don't like math, do you like to socialize with people? It's more characteristics interpersonal communication, dealing with people. If you're introverted or antisocial, it's going to be hard to close a sale, a transaction, if you don't like to deal with people, because you're dealing with people, helping them to close on their loan. You're looking at their income, their credit. They could have, credit issues. You have to help them with their credit. And so you're going to have to deal with that, whenever you're working with them. And if you don't like to talk to people, it's not going to work. Or if you don't like math and you don't like to crunch numbers and look at debt ratios or look at pay stubs or tax returns. So I would say, David, the biggest thing I would tell you is more about, for example, do you have a lot of energy? Because if you want to work hard and work long, right? Do you like to help people? Most people do like to help people. Do you like to learn, right? Or do you listen, are you coachable, right? I wouldn't say that, oh, well, because you don't have 20 years experience that you won't be successful. We take people entry level all the time and teach them this business, how to become successful, how to become a top producer with real estate. So it doesn't matter where you are. If you like to network with people, you like to socialize, you know how to deal with people, and you like math, you have a high level of integrity, you like to work hard, then those are going to be the main traits to become $1 million producer. And you can even do more than that. You could do, like I said, you could take this to 3 million. It's very easy to do. And I would say focus on your sphere of influence, your circle, your backyard, and you can start helping friends and family with getting funding for a home loan or real estate or whatever. There's funding out there for everybody. So great question, David. Damon Reed, let me see, what are you saying here? I have 2 VA loans already in my name, and I would like to get another FHA or USDA loan for a fourplex, which I plan to live in one of the units for at least 1 year. Is there a way you can do that? So, okay, Damon, that's a good question. So you have 2 VA loans in your name. And yes, you can get it. So you want to buy a multifamily and you're going to occupy one of them, Damon? So yes, the answer is yes, you can do that. But in order to do that, you'd have to go with an FHA loan, or you'd have to go with a conventional loan. USDA, you wouldn't be able to do that. USDA, Damon, it's only for single family, and you can't own other real estate. So you could do that with FHA. And then obviously the benefit is you could only have to put 3.5% down. If you do it with conventional, Damon, you'd have to put at least 15% down or higher on a conventional loan. But it could be done if you decide to do that for a multifamily. And that's a great strategy if you're trying to accumulate rental properties with very little money down. Just the main thing, like you said, you'd have to occupy one of the units. Okay, but that's a very good question. So that's I like that question. Then let's see here. The other thing that I want to talk to you about is that if you're trying to get into the, what does this say? Fast 501c3 incorporated. Should I really know about real estate and go to school if I want to purchase land and build a fourplex for seniors and make it tax credit facility? Let me make sure I understand. What are you saying, fast 501c3? Should I really know about real estate and go to school if I want to purchase land and build a fourplex for seniors and make it a tax credit facility? Well, no, you don't have to go to school for that. I don't know what your name is, but I'm just going to call you Fast. So here's what I'll tell you, that no, listen, I'm a big advocate of Andrew Carnegie, that you don't have to go to a 4-year school. If you have specialized knowledge, that's what it takes to build a fortune. Okay, Carmen. Okay, hi Carmen. So Carmen, what I'll tell you, I really like that idea for senior housing, the senior living. I think you can make a lot of money doing that, and you can help a lot of people. You can actually, with Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, you can actually get government assistance grants to help you with your senior living facilities. The biggest thing that I'll tell you is that you definitely want to do the research and get a great team around you to help, because you're going to need contractors. You're going to need someone to manage a facility, right? And you have to be able to trust those people and know those people. Some of the wealthiest people I know, they've built a great team around them to help them to amass a fortune. So I think that it's a very good idea what you want to do. The question is that can you network and develop the relationships for the builder, for the manager, for the marketing, right? For the pricing, for the investing, right? Understanding the whole thing of how it works. What I think would be a good idea, what I would recommend to do is maybe if you want to learn more about it, is to go study under somebody and that's already running a senior living facility, go shadow them and work with them for a little bit to see what the business looks like, to see exactly what it is, right? Because that way you're actually going to know, okay, this is how they operate the business, this is how they manage the payroll, this is how they handle their staff, this is how much they paid for the building, this is how much money they're making, this is what their payroll is, their profit margins, their cost, all those things. I would recommend, Carmen, that you go and actually work with a company that's doing that and you understand the business. That's what I did when I first started in the industry. I worked for a company and I was watching what they were doing and I saw everything, right? And I did that for a while before I started my own company, right? And I said, okay, this is how they're getting their customers. This is how they're closing their loans. This is what they're doing. So that's a great idea. So, oh, cool. That's awesome. So you're part of a regional Black Contractors Association. Oh, you're in Dallas. That's great. Yeah. So you're already so you're already in like a networking thing where you're networking with contractors. So that's good. And then we can definitely give you the funding for sure. And actually there's a lot of grants and down payment assistance that are here in Texas to help you to get your project started. You can get grants through the SBA. LIFT funds is a huge one. You can get down payment assistance to help you. I helped a person build a daycare in Dallas with no money down. They got a 20% down payment gift through the SBA to help them to build their daycare. So you can definitely do that. So, okay, David, what did you say here? I seen a video where you presented a check. Yeah, those are real. So you're saying that you saw a video of me where I gave a check to an employee. Yes, those are real videos. So they're real people that actually made that money. So anyone that I've done that with, that I've given a check to, that was how much money, their comp that they earned, and they worked with me, and I paid them to give them the money because they were a top producer. So yeah, those are all, David, those are all real people. Oh, okay. How many hours a week is he working in the office and hours in the field? So typically, okay, this is what I will tell you. Because it's uncapped income and you can make it as big as you want. Let me put it to you in increments like this. So most of our salespeople, they're inside sales. They work in the office or they work from home. And I would say that if you want to make about $10,000 a month, that it's about, well, this is after you're seasoned and you're skilled. It's about a 40-hour work week. If you're making like $20,000 a month, you're probably going to be working about 50 hours a week. Now, I will say that as you build out your business and you add more support, you have to think about this like in the terms of an analogy of like a doctor's office. The doctor just spends like 2 minutes with the patient, right? So, but then he has a nurse, he has a receptionist, he has an accountant. So the doctor can end up seeing as many patients as he wants in a day. He could see 50 patients. You could service 50 customers, but how much time do you want to put in? And then how efficient is your business? In the beginning, like when I started my business, it was just me. Now I have, a team of contractors, employees, remote workers, people all over that do different things, but I couldn't do that in the beginning. So I had to do a lot of work in the beginning, to get started. So ultimately, I would say in the beginning, you're gonna have to put in a lot of hours. When I first started the business, I was working 100-hour work weeks for many years, and that's tapered off and slowed down as we've added more staff and more support, and you have more help. But I would say if you're going to get into business and you want to get started, and you're learning this and you don't know anything about it, you're going to have to put in a lot of time in the beginning, and it's going to be uphill, and you're not going to make a lot of money in the beginning. You have to learn the business. You don't know about what's going on, so you're going to be an apprentice studying in the beginning. You have to learn it, and over time, you can make more and more money as you become more efficient and more independent. So, but that's a good. These are great questions, David and everyone. All you guys had really good questions today. So, so anyway, I'm glad that you all chimed in today, and I hope that this was informative. It was insightful. We're going to be doing this, more often, so you can ask me questions, and this will be recorded. Jeff, this will be recorded, right? So this will be back on our YouTube channel. So I really appreciate you guys, checking us out today. I hope that you guys like talk with me today too. And we have some great videos, some great content coming out for you guys. So keep watching us. If you have any questions or you have anything else that you want to know, let us know. I'm shooting some other really good videos today. We also have every Friday a weekly update on the market. If you have any questions about loans or funding, please reach out to us. We'd love to help you at 832-431-6331. You can also click on the link below to get signed up, to get pre-approved, to get funding. So I really appreciate you guys checking us out today. We'll be back again. We're going to keep doing this and do more interaction and more engagement. And hopefully I'll get to meet you one day for a live event. So thank you guys so much for watching Angelo Christian Live. We'll be back again later. Bye-bye. Oh, wait a second. What is this? Thank you, Damon. Thank you. Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, everyone, for checking us out today. Take care. Peace out. Bye-bye. Cool. It wasn't bad.